Welcome back to Bombastic Nation and Ting and Ting and Ting. Back with some more vibes for all you. I am Mr. Giant, of course. All of me and my size 17 shoes. But anyway, man, thank you all again for watching and commenting. Go ahead and drop a like on the video and share the video and thing, you know what I mean? And this is something I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? This one, okay. I had a Russian viewer said, "Hey, come visit the thing," and I thought, let me see if I could find something, some kind of travel thing that give me some kind of idea, the vibe there. And this is called 10 places to visit in Russia, and it's a travel video. It's a travel video, but you know what? I'm not gonna check it out anyway. I want to see what the vibe is and thing here. Let's go ahead and YouTube and sim. All right. Let's see what's up. 10 blessed places to visit in Russia. Beaches.
Russia, once the largest and most powerful member of the former USSR, remains a fascinating country to visit. It is a country of contrasts, from great subtropical beaches to bitterly cold winter regions in the north.
Subtropical beaches,
people,
woo!
But its
Now
lovely
we're
cities
talking.
are among the most interesting in Russia and can hold their own against the West. Russia is steeped in history everywhere a traveler goes, from vicious battles to great classical music and literature. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Russia.
Let's see. Now, I'm going to do this for every country. Russia, Germany, you name it. I'm going to do this just so I could see for myself, from this perspective, naturally. Wow.
Number 10, Yekaterinburg. Yekaterinburg has been the setting of numerous important events in Russia's history. It is here that the Romanovs were executed and Boris Yeltsin came to power. Lying next to the Ural Mountains, the city was once the object of a gem rush as miners poured into Yekaterinburg hoping to make their fortune. Nowadays, it has lots of historical and cultural sites for visitors to enjoy. With a growing economy, many bars and cafes are springing up, and there is a fantastic gastronomic scene.
It's pretty. Okay. No. Now let me preface this here. I look at things differently. I look at politics differently. I look at culture differently. And I look at the people. Normally, I think, and this is my opinion, from my own experience, because I ain't some young buck. I've been around the block. I've noticed that when it comes to the people, it's a whole different story. You tell people things about other countries and people assume that everybody is that way. You know what I mean? Which is kind of silly to think, because people are just people. A human is a human is a human. You understand what I'm saying? And though there's a different culture and it might be a different political onset, which I don't for 1 second think that in every country in the world, everybody's into the politics and they pick sides and they want to fight, and I just don't believe that. There are people who are just living, trying to survive, trying to get along. You know what I mean? A human is a human is a human. So, and I don't judge people by the politics that governs them. I judge them by the humanity in them. So, some people might say, "Why are you doing Russia?" Or "Why are you going to do Belgium?" Or "Why are you going to do Trinidad?" Or, just any country, because there's people living there. And the fact of the matter is, it's kind of like religion. Oh, this country is a Christian country, or this country is an Islam country, but then a lot of the people don't just follow everything. They just try to live. You know what I'm saying? Be with whatever religion it is. And it's always surprising to me because, you hear that they all like that and they all do this and they all do that. And coming from a country that has had military turmoil and stuff, not massive scale like other places, but still, for my little island, it was enough. And the stereotypes and stuff that I faced once I started traveling, I told myself that I'm not, because in a sense, they're judging me by everything else that's around me, not knowing me. If we get to know each other as human beings, you know what I'm saying? And I'm babbling, but this is beautiful. Let's continue watching it. Ooh. See, we don't see colors when we think of Russia.
Sochi on the Black Sea is a great winter sports destination, and in fact, it hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics. Despite winter snow, Sochi offers a subtropical climate and great beaches, making it a key part of the Russian Riviera. The resort city makes a great summer and winter getaway for Russians. Strolling along the pedestrian-only sea embankment is a pleasant experience. From here, you can go hiking in Agura Valley or head to the nearby ski resorts in the mountains, where the Olympics took place.
A piece of everything. Light show.
Number 8.
Nice.
Veliki Novgorod. Lying on the banks of the Volkhov River, this ancient city was the first capital of Russia all the way back in the 9th century. Set on an important trade route between Central Asia and Europe, Veliki Novgorod thankfully avoided being destroyed in the Second World War.
What kind of architecture is that with the cone type shape on top like that? Comment down below. What kind of architecture is that? Educate a brethren.
So most of its fantastic monasteries and monuments are intact. The medieval heart of the city is fascinating to explore, and numerous old churches can be found. The 11th century St. Sophia's Cathedral is just one of many highlights, alongside St. George's Cathedral, the oldest monastery in Russia.
See, there it is again on the roof. It's the same circular top. Cylindrical.
Number 7. Vladivostok. Mountains and bays surround Vladivostok, making it a stunning, beautiful city in Russia's east. The last stop on the Trans-Siberian Railway, Vladivostok is the country's largest port on the Pacific Ocean. It is just a jump away from North Korea and China. Some lovely architecture can be found interspersed among Soviet-era buildings. A city on the move, new theaters and cultural attractions are opening up in Vladivostok, while its fantastic restaurant scene is perfectly complemented by trendy cocktail bars and pumping nightlife.
I would never think there's a pumping nightlife over there. See, look at people just going about their daily lives and thing, you know? And another thing too, you know, I think it wasn't Frankfurt, but it was a German city, and one of the comments were, "Oh, this is a horrible depiction of Germany, of that specific city." Good Lord, what city was it? Cologne? I can't remember, but anyway, and somebody commented, and it's like, listen, I know there are bad areas in those places there. You know, nobody's saying that it's all perfect. We know, you know what I mean? Because like it's a human situation that's going on there, you know. So people probably working hard to make ends meet can't, and there's probably some crime and stuff like that. We know that. But can we stop concentrating on that and just try to enjoy life and thing, you know? It's there. Let's try to fix it. Totally get it. But you know, I'm watching this stuff here, and you know, it looks peaceful enough. I'm not worried about where the bad areas are. I have no intentions of going there. If I travel to there, I'm going to find out where they are and avoid there. But it's just areas. It's not the whole place. So why don't we focus on the good parts of it sometimes? I'm not saying don't pay attention to the bad part, but focus on the good, enjoy. Life is too long to be miserable about stuff. You know what I mean? And think. There's these statues everywhere, it seems.
Number 6, Nizhny Novgorod.
There goes that architecture again.
Running through it.
Tell me what that is.
Is most famed for the spectacular hilltop Kremlin looking out over the spot where the two tributaries join.
Oh, it seems like it's more of a religious thing, but still, what era is that,
The city has more than enough to entertain visitors for a couple of days. There are some great museums and restaurants for tourists to enjoy, as well as lovely views of the surroundings. From here, you can go on a scenic river cruise to some of the villages and towns nearby.
See, that's what I'm interested in traveling, going to the villages and the towns and, like everyday folk and thing where they live. The big cities and stuff, you could do that anytime, but the villages and stuff, yeah, that would really interest me. Maybe I'll start finding videos on villages and thing in all these countries. And nice street lamps.
Number 5,
Oh.
Lake Baikal. Many travelers on the Trans-Siberian Railway make plans to stop at Lake Baikal, the deepest and oldest lake on Earth. Lake Baikal holds around 20% of the world's fresh water and is considered one of the clearest lakes in the world.
Wow.
Located in Siberia, the 25-million-year-old lake is surrounded by beautiful mountain ranges. Known as the Pearl of Siberia, Lake Baikal is home to several resorts, making the area a popular vacation destination.
I'm not a big fan of snow, but yeah, this is a trip here. Look, it looks like if a wave came in and then just got frozen there.
Number 4, Kazan. Kazan is sometimes referred to as the Istanbul of the Volga because it is a city where European and Asian cultures meet. The capital of Tatarstan is a lovely city where church tower and minarets fill the skyline.
That's more pointy.
Also known as the third capital of Russia,
like a different
after Moscow and St.
architecture
Petersburg.
there.
Kazan residents enjoy one of the highest standards of living in Russia. Sights to see include the remains of the Kazan Kremlin that was destroyed by Ivan the Terrible and the Kul Sharif Mosque, named after a man defending Kazan from Ivan.
What's he doing in that cold water? See somebody sitting out there on that snow on the phone. Man, look at all the columns and stuff. Just go sit on the river and watch the lights and thing.
Number 3. Golden Ring. The Golden Ring strings together several cities outside of Moscow that fill the senses with awe. Picturesque countrysides filled with cherry orchards, quaint cottages, onion-shaped domes, and iconic churches that
so
contain
that's
the
what they
country's
call them,
oldest
onion-shaped
art, make
domes.
this region a special place to visit. One of the oldest
what
regions in
architecture
Russia,
is that?
today it is very popular with tourists who want to experience a bygone era. The traditional way to view the cities and towns makes a counterclockwise loop, beginning and ending in Moscow.
Interesting. Wow, this is pretty. There goes those statues again. I love the statues.
Number 2. St. Petersburg.
I hear a lot about this place.
1703, St. Petersburg's tumultuous history has seen it change names numerous times. The former capital from which the Tsars once reigned hosted the Communist Revolution and was later sieged by the Nazis. With a Western European feel to it, elegant palaces and grand cathedrals are abundant in the city, while lovely, leafy parks make it a simply beautiful place to wander around. Rivers and canals cut through St. Petersburg, and delightful bridges cross its waterways. Not to be missed is the spectacular art collection at the Hermitage Museum.
Ooh, that's a big museum. I went to the Metropolitan and the Guggenheim in New York. Those are some great museums right there. I didn't get through everything in the Metropolitan. I think some of Salvador Dali's stuff was there when I was there. Or it might be a permanent fixture, I'm not sure. I was married to somebody that's an artist, so I got to appreciate art. Or still is an artist, a really good one at that too.
Number 1. Moscow. As the capital of Russia, Moscow is the most important city in Russia, but not just for political reasons alone. This city of more than 12 million is also well known for its artistic endeavors, including ballet, symphonies, and art. Onion-shaped domes of historic churches fill the skyline.
So it's
The stately
churches.
Kremlin and impressive Red Square, one of the largest squares in the world, are sights not to be missed, as are statues of Lenin and Stalin, controversial leaders in the 20th century. Further evidence that Moscow's past wasn't always squeaky clean can be seen in the Gulag and Cold War museums.
I'd like to check that out. Man, I would just like to go everywhere. If I could, I would just go everywhere. That time lapse is killer. Whoa. They put a lot of effort into the buildings, that's for sure. Okay, that was quite enjoyable, I have to admit, you know what I mean? And the way they present it give you a different view of Russia there. And they show the pretty side of everything. And you know, everything is not politics, man. Everything is not politics. There's people living in those places. There's people living in China. Well, you know that, but you know why I'm saying that. You know, there's just people every day to day, working, trying to make ends meet, trying to feed the family, you know, trying to do everything just to enjoy the life that they have, you know what I mean, and to be happy, you know, and to just judge them with a broad stroke and say this is the way they are. I mean, people do that all the time, and I just don't understand that, you know. Like, for instance, when I came from the island to this country, most of the people that's from my part of the world, they live in New York, they live in the bigger cities, Boston, you know. And some people ask me, why don't you move there? I didn't come all this way to do the same old. And when I say that, I mean have the same food to eat. Granted, lately I've been homesick and I want to eat some of my own food, but you know, why would I travel to go eat the same thing I eat? Like, I have friends here who want to come to my island, and my island doesn't have a whole lot of fast food in it, and some of them would not come there because there's no McDonald's. Why would you want to travel if you want to go do the same thing you do here, there? You want to do different. You want to see different, or you should want to see different. And you know, I would travel everywhere, man. And I remember as a kid, I used to sit and daydream about what other kids are doing in other parts of the world, be it Russia, be it Germany, be it Africa. You know what I mean? And just China. What do kids do? And that's as a kid, man. The innocence of being a kid. You know, just sitting there wondering. I used to like lay outside of my yard on a full moon night, look up at the moon and wonder, you know, what those other people are living like. You know what I mean? That's just so cool to figure out about different people who are different than you. It's just so cool to figure that out and learn about that and all that. But you know, I ain't gonna keep babbling and stuff. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for this video so you can go check it out without me stopping and talking. Looks like it's gonna be some good stuff. What's it, Topia? So that means they're going everywhere. I'm gonna have to check them out some more. I just went through there and said, let me see this because I wanted to see this one. You know, because like I said today, somebody said, come visit us, you know what I mean? So what am I going to see, you know? And when I go visit places, I don't want to go to the quote-unquote grungy areas because, you know, there's people living there, so I don't see any human being as grungy. But, you know, for all intents and purposes, grungy, I don't want to see that. I could walk down the street here and see that. I want to see culture. I want to meet people and listen to their stories and stuff like that. It's not like I'm ignoring that there's issues, but you know, there's good, and I think there's more good than there is bad. You know, but we as a race, we definitely concentrate on the bad. But anyway, I ain't gonna keep talking and babbling. You know what I mean? And listen, all the craziness going on in this world, just make sure you take care of each other. Make sure you take care of yourself, because once you take care of yourself, that means you're taking care of everybody else. All right? Cool runnings.